So I know what you're thinking. You saw the clickbait title and you're like, I got to see what Anderson really has. That guy's got the cure for COVID. I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I said I have the cure for the pandemic. And this is where you're probably thinking he's going to promote GPP. And 99.9% of the time, you'd be right about that. But not this time. This time, I want to talk about the real pandemic. It's not COVID either. I think it might have something to do with fear, and maybe that fear is what's causing all the greed and the hoarding. Not that there's not some really nice stuff going on out there, but there's some bad stuff too. I'm going to share a parable with you. It's one I just heard today. Parable goes like this: two young rich men were walking through a field, and they stumbled across a farmer who was farming with no shoes. And what they learned was that this farmer does this every day. He only had enough money to buy one pair of shoes. He was poor. And so what he would do, it was before his day of work, he would go out and he would take off his shoes and he would leave them at the end of the field. And then he would, despite the stickers and despite the rocks and all the pain that he was going to go through, he would go out and he would farm barefoot. And so one of the rich men, young men, turned to the other and he says, "Dude, I got an idea. Let's go steal that guy's shoes. We'll hide them. We'll go back behind the bush back there and we'll sit and we'll wait for his reaction." And so then the other young man said, "I got a better idea. Let's take these two silver coins and let's hide them in his shoes. We'll go back behind the bush and we'll wait for his reaction." I don't pretend to have the cure to COVID, but I got the feeling that somewhere in that parable was the cure for the other pandemic.